Welcome back to Joe Stunner Boxing. Shakur Stevenson wins a wide, very dominant unanimous decision over OSCAR VALDEZ. And this fight was one of those fights where, I started scoring it like I do every fight that I watch. But after a while, I just thought, what's the point? Because when one fighter is so dominant, and you know the other guy, the only hope he's got is to land a sort of Hail Mary punch out of nowhere. But poor old Oscar Valdez, he never stopped trying, but it was like trying to swat a fly or a wasp that every time you missed would sting you. Stevenson is a southpaw. I thought he'd stopped Valdez in my preview video. I said that I picked Shakur to win in 8 rounds, and even though it was a decision, it didn't really matter. I mean, he won virtually every round. Maybe you could give 1 or 2 if at a push to Valdez. He never stopped trying. He just couldn't do anything with the kid. And Valdez, I think, is 31. Stevenson's 24. But, you often hear this phrase, it's all about levels. And I just think Stevenson, although he does have irritating habits and he's still not the complete package, but he is very, very, very good. Very good. And he just totally dominated. As a southpaw, you would think, well, lots of right hands need to be coming at him. They weren't, because Valdez knew if he missed or even if he connected, he'd get countered. Stevenson sort of was in second gear for the first 4 rounds, maybe 5 rounds. In the 6th, it was really interesting because in the 6th round, he kind of began to turn the screw a bit, Stevenson. Valdez was frustrated from virtually about the 2nd or 3rd round, but in the 6th round, he threw this absolute ridiculous speculative punch that, I could see it coming. I could have got out of the way of it. And he got check left hooked by Stevenson and fell into the ropes and hit the floor, and that was called a count. And that little cameo there sort of summed it up, because every time Valdez missed, he got popped. Or he was made to look silly. Even if Stevenson didn't throw a counter, he was made to look almost amateurish. But he never stopped trying, and he was throwing punches in little pockets, Valdez. It's just they having no visible effect on Stevenson. I think really you can call Valdez a sort of overachiever. I know he's part of the Reynoso team. I ain't got a lot of time for that team, because Valdez himself should have been stripped of his title anyway for popping hot for performance enhancing drugs. In the same crew, we know about Canelo. He's another drug cheat. But the chickens came home to roost today, because even as an overachiever, he just couldn't do anything with Shakur Stevenson, who has yet to hit his prime. And when you consider it, yeah, that's pretty frightening, because this kid, although he will only go forwards if there's nothing coming at him. And he's not like a Pernell Whitaker who sits in the pocket and invites the guy to fire punches and then counters. There's not that type of controlled defense, offense running parallel. With Stevenson, it's more a case of he paws with the jab. It's a rangefinder. He got warned by that a few times, and then he'll pop with the left hand. You might turn the jab over. It'll go to the body. It'll go to the head. But if you've just got to gamble and go at him and throw punches, otherwise he's just going to pick you apart all night. So that's really all she wrote. Valdez, I keep saying it, but God bless him, he was really trying. He was really trying, but he couldn't get anywhere near the guy. It was kind of, I sort of felt sorry for him a little bit. Nothing wrong with the guy's heart at all. But Stevenson was just a level or 2 above him, and is going to get better. I think he needs to maybe shore up his defence a little bit. He's defensively very, very good. And when I say that, that implies that he's got a bad defence. Quite the contrary, he's got a very good defence. But just occasionally, when he's having things his own way, he might get a little bit complacent. And Valdez did land 1 or 2 punches that they sort of flattered to deceive, really. But I don't know what Valdez is going to do now. He'll probably carry on. Well, why shouldn't he? That's his first defeat. Both were undefeated fighters going in, but Stevenson is the one that is moving upwards. Got a long way to go. I mean, potentially he can go much higher. He's already a unified world champ. He won the WBC belt to go with his WBO belt, so he's a unified champ. Will he stay at 130 and mop up the other two belts? He can do it. Certainly he can do it. Will he move up and fight the winner of Kambosos and Haney? Well, he started off as a featherweight, Stevenson, so yeah, super feather. I'm not into people jumping up just for the sake of it. I like to see him fill out into weights. But when you're that talented, yeah, he might go looking for the winner of Kambosos and Haney. It wouldn't surprise me. Anyway, very one-sided fight. All credit to Stevenson. Commiserations to Vargas. What did you think of it? Did you see it? If so, leave your comments below. Like the video. If you're new to the channel and you could subscribe, that'd be great. Just hit the subscribe button. Only takes a second. Appreciate it. And as usual, thank you very much. And we will speak again soon. Take care for now. Bye.